Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. Let's talk a little bit more about MA deprogramming. Again, this is a term I kind of came up with. I don't think it's being taught in any of the Invisalign MA pediatric dentist orthodontic classes. I've been to some courses. I've been to actually all the online courses and some in-person courses, and nobody teaches this. And it works. I've seen, done, been a part of hundreds of cases. So kind of doing my own research here, but it's nothing special. This is just techniques orthodontists have been using for decades in standard braces. We just taking some of the techniques and using them with Invisalign. The reason why Invisalign can't teach it is because they don't know. Because they don't do braces. Anyways, let's talk about some modifications. As time has gone on and I've seen and done more MA cases, I've realized that sometimes you can't just, the TBG stuff, sorry, that stuff don't work. And some people do bonded retainers. I call those sloppy bondeds because they don't need to stay on that long and you don't need to spend any money on them. Just quick in-house, easy bonded. This is not a permanent long-term retainer. So why invest in, just my opinion. I got a lot of content on that in my YouTube channel. I also teach that in our phase 1 courses. And then also, lastly, you can do something that I call, mini deprogrammers, which is basically, it's a spin-off on the Kois deprogrammer, which I've seen enough cases now. A lot of people are doing adults. I'm like, hey, why can't we do something like that with after MA? Because the bite is all wonky. So I started making these extra ton attachments, like attachments lingual, attachments buccal. You can see everything I have on deprogramming in my channel. That works well too. Of course, you have to babysit it like really well. So what if sometimes you get these cases where you have it looks like you're done with the MA because you got the anterior contacts, right? And we have a massive POB in the back, but maybe the MA was only over the 6s and now the 7s have come in, the second molars, and they're hitting high on them. Or maybe there's a few teeth, like maybe the MA wasn't covering some of the premolars and the E came out and the premolars came in and now those are high. If we don't have like all anterior contacts and we've got some occasional random heavy posterior contacts, standard deprogramming is not gonna work, okay? That's not gonna work. Don't do that because weird things are gonna happen. You can definitely still go with the bonded retainer, sloppy bondage route. That's totally fine. You can also go with a do nothing route, which is basically what all the orthodontists in the course I were doing. They were after MA, they were doing nothing. They were just throwing them away and having them do nothing for 3 months. And of course, if you made any progress on the front teeth, all that's going to relapse, right? And personally, I think that's a psychosocial nightmare for the patient and the parents. Here they are, they had a space, they had a gap, they had some crowding between 8 and 9. We got it straight along with the MA, the bite looks good. And now all of a sudden we're going to slip back and make their teeth crooked again or get the gaps back. No, they're not, they're going to be mad. So why not just do a combination of things? Maybe we do a sloppy bonded on one arch and we do a regular aligner on the other, or maybe we do a deprogramming on one arch and we do a regular aligner on the other. So you have to really look and see what the issue is, which teeth are hitting heavy. You can use a combination of posterior bite turbos, anterior bite turbos, attachments. You can get really creative with this deprogramming. And to be honest, if you do a great job with the deprogramming, you don't have much more to do to finish the case. You're like done. So MA is pretty darn magical to me. Again, I really like the product. I think I'm going to like the one with the blocks better than the wings because I've seen too many cases where the kids start chewing on the wings and they just get these funky bites, like worse than the regular POB. They're just weird. So, all right. Thanks so much. Again, any questions, give us a buzz. Thanks.